So big announcement, and some of you guys already knew, I did talk about it, that I was gonna do the 6-inch Beast kit, and this has actually been something that me and Ben had been talking about for, geez, since the 4-inch E for the 4-inch kit with him, and just trying to figure things out. So without further ado, I am excited to say it's finally here. Now, I am technically still doing some research and development for it. I believe there's one other guy. I'm not quite sure where he's at with that. Ooh, excuse me. But I have a CRV Tom exclusive kit. As you can see back here, I'm gonna go over it. I'm humbled and jazzed about this to get this from Ben. This is really cool. I like the green. I've always liked the green, but I got it all powder coated in black, especially for me as a limited kit. One of Oli as of right now. I don't know if he'll make, a CRV Tom special or something like that where you can get it black. I'm not sure. That'd be something to ask him. But yeah, we did this black because my whole scheme is black and white, as you guys seen on my CRV. So I really wanted to go with this. And it's something kind of special he did for me as like a thank you for all the work I've done with him. You guys know, some of you may know, I've worked with him and helped out in the beginning days, and then I've also sponsored with him, and then worked with developing the kits. All the hard work really done by him. I mainly just bolted up stuff. Hey, this fits, this doesn't fit. We need something like the camber arm adjustment and different things we did in the past, which has really worked out now. And he came up with the designs, and it's been gravy ever since then. Everything's really gotten better and better, keeps improving. So, and by the way, before I go into that, if you are ordering any parts, put CRV Tom in all caps, and I believe it'll get you free shipping and a little bit off. So that's something to always check out. Save you a little bit of money. So first of all, I'm gonna go and bring you over to the table, but I'm just gonna kind of explain some of the stuff on top right now. So you will get some little swag here. You're supposed to get a shirt. Usually, as long as they got it all on, you'll get a shirt with the kit, because this is an expensive kit, guys. It's like, I think it's like 16 to 1800, maybe give or take a little bit. I'll post it up on here too, and the link. And you can go, hrgengineering.com, and pretty much it's all written all over me right now. If you still don't need it, I'll put the link below if you can't find it. But you're gonna get a cool little koozie if he has them. These are all subject to change, but right now you get the HRG koozie, and you get that with a lot of lifts. And yeah, I'm being a bitch right now and drinking some Dr. Pepper instead of a beer, but I don't know why. I barely ever drink Dr. Pepper, especially I can only have so much of this kind of stuff after my open heart surgery. So I was just craving one so bad. And to put in perspective, I might drink a Dr. Pepper like once every year, maybe 2 years. It's insane, but this has been delicious, so give me a minute. That's good. I should get a sponsorship from them. No, because they give me too much that I die of diabetes or something. So anyways, you're going to get some HRG stickers right here. You should get 2 smaller ones. I believe he does with this kit. He'll send out the rollover hazard with the Beast kit. Bigger one and a smaller one's pretty sweet. And then I got a big HRG decal. So these are pretty cool, these decals. Those stickers roll over, you'll get those. You get the koozie, you're supposed to get the shirt. So right there, that's just some cool shit right there that you get. I think if you add it all up on the site, it's a good like 25 bucks of free stuff, that you send it with it. Standing right here, it's kind of hard to see, but I tried to set up the entire kit on the CRV picnic table, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm not going to open the bolts and really go over the bolts. This will be something more when I do an install video. I'll go over that. And then keep in mind, this is new to me too. I did the 4-inch kit, and that's as far as I went with it. This is the biggest kit I'm going to be putting on my CRV. And now Jacob, he has one that he made his own, but this is a little bit different, where this is like the official HRG kit, and a few things have been changed. So I still have not decided what springs I'm going to go with. I am going with Bilstein struts. I have them over there, if I said that right. I have them brand new in the box, ready to go. And once I decide what springs I'm going to go with, how I did my kit, if you have a complete OEM CRV, everything OEM, then this kit is going to fit out of the box perfect for you, no issues. give or take. I mean, CRV is always a little different, so there may be some things, but by the time this is done, like, it's done. But I mean, like, we're gonna kind of go over with, I think the other guy's using different set of springs and struts, so they're gonna go over that. I'm gonna use a different set of springs and struts. As we all know by now, if you really do pay attention to lifted Honda scene, or if you're new, look it up. Some springs are longer, shorter, OEM replacements. There's a lot of different varieties in the way everything is, but it's really and variance in the measurements, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. But anyways, we kind of thought that through talking with him, and he came up with but basically we were both talking like, hey, I wish there was a way to, you know, kind of change it up. And it was just shims. He was like, you know what, well, let me throw in a certain amount of shims in the kit if they have aftermarket springs and struts. That way they can kind of fiddle with it and see what they need, and if there's anything too drastic, then you're going to want to get a hold of him and let him know. So what I got in the kit for me, I'm just going to explain that and go over it. And let me swap the camera around and there we go. So what comes in the kit is you're going to have the extended spindles, and if you look at those really closely, I mean, I love the powder coat. Look at the welds on there. I know that's kind of in the way there, but I really don't want to move shit right now because it's like perfect. Otherwise shit might fall. And then you have your spindle dust covers, your brake dust covers, or brake shield. These normally I take off my shit, especially like my Preludes, things like that. But with off-roading and, you know, going and trailing stuff, I would recommend keeping these on so you don't get shit all on your brakes, like such as rocks and, you know, extreme amount of, well, they still do kind of pack mud behind them. That's kind of pain in the ass, period. But anyways, so we're going to go with, right here we have a 3-inch spacer. And underneath it, I got is the bolts that come with it. But basically, you see put my hand out of there. You got 3-inch spacer. And that's for the front, what I'm going with. And the rear is a 3.5-inch spacer. And let me get that back on there. Okay. So 3.5-inch spacers right here. And then what I have here to deal with the different lengths of possible springs and struts and things like that is I have a lot of shims right here. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna kind of go over what setup I have and see what I need and what I need to use, or if we just need to change out a whole new space or anything, and go over that. So that's really nice because mine is not 100% OEM anymore, my CRV. So like I said, guys, you got a full OEM suspension. This kit has been officially researched and developed on a full 100% OEM suspension. But then again, sometimes you guys get these cars and don't know, you know, if you even have the OEM suspension anymore because they're 20 years old. So, you know, it's always something to take into account and look into and try to know as much information about your CRV as you can. But basically, you're going to have your 2 extended spindles, which I absolutely love. And what these extended spindles are going to help is the travel no longer, so you're not traveling so far down where it's literally hitting your spring and you're bound up on your spring and basically causing you damage the spring, hit everything. You're going to have more travel for your axles. Everything should be very flush and smooth and not have any more damage to your suspension, which is kind of nice. I'll show you. I'll walk over here really quick and show you what I used to use, and I may still use these depending on the angle of daily driving, but they don't really help with actual flex. They really don't help much with flex. These are the Aerogenics with the True Heart ball joints spacers, and yeah, they're upside down because they're sitting in my toolbox, but those helped a lot for daily driving, and not wearing my ball joints is bad. It really did when you were just daily driving. Now off-roading, it's still, your flex was pretty much the same. Maybe made a bit of a difference. So right here, you're gonna go over some of these pieces. These are your camber extending brackets, and they're gonna extend your camber point down where you can actually use your adjustable camber arms we recommend to get. I use True Heart. You can go whatever company that you see fit. And this is going to lower your point so you don't have to do that classic trim your camber arms or move them all the way out one way and kind of only have a limited adjustment on it. With these, you can have a lot more adjustment. They are bolt-in, but we recommend that you weld them in because they will adjust on some serious trailing or off-roading, anything like that. So I had mine welded in my 4-inch kit, made a big difference. I loved it. Here you're gonna have your 2 pucks, and these are basically for your differential, for the top of the differential to drop it down. These are 3-inch, so the subframe kit is an entire 3-inch subframe kit. And now some of this, I may be missing a few things for the engine drop. That's one thing we were looking into, and I just got to go over everything. So keep in mind, there may be a few things that need to be sent out. For you guys, it won't be that way. It will be straight to you. I personally have been working with Ben and going through this, so it's not like, you know, I'm just like you guys, a customer right there. You guys definitely deserve to have your stuff all said and done to you to make sure it goes to you. And if for some reason you have any issues, always reach out to those guys. HRG will definitely take care of you and work with you. I believe these are, I don't have instructions on this right now, and bear with me, I have not put this kit on. I believe these are for the 2 driver side motor mounts, the 3-inch kit for the engine drop. These are your torque mounts. If you are running no torque mounts and you want to save your, not only your engine mounts, but you want to save your axles, I highly recommend, even if you have the 1320 motor mounts, torque mounts on a lifted Honda. I really do. Made a difference, saved a lot of my axles. If you don't know what I'm talking about, try doing a flex test with and without your motor mounts or your torque mounts, and you'll see the difference, at least in the CRV. I get it, Integra, Civic guys, they pull them off all the time. You don't need them so bad when they're lowered. When you're lifted so high, it's gonna save on your axles, trust me. We got the steering linkage right here is extended quite a bit, as you can see. Right here we have some of the subframe drop for the front, and these are the special ones for the front. They're called the shotgun subframe shells, or you know, they just call them the shotgun spacers. And they're welded together at that point where you put them on and you have those 2 bolts on the front, and they're very close together, go right in. This is to help with some structure and just have a little bit more strength in here. These ones that are gonna go mainly all in the front, I think a few are for the rear, are gonna be, you know, individual at certain points of the subframe. Again, when I do the install video, I'll show where they are. It's kind of tough if you don't know what I'm talking about to say these things and you'll have no clue what I'm doing. And then the other guys that have done this, you can probably look at this right now and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, and you're gonna get rear camber arms, and whoops, that just dropped out of there. So that had a little sleeve in there for the bolt that is loose, which I actually kind of like because that kind of helps you get easy to move that bolt around and get in everything, and then when you get it all tight. But these adjust pretty far. They're much more beefier than the TrueHeart ones I have, which, don't get me wrong, the TrueHeart ones I've had since 2017 have not done me wrong. And I don't even have the lifted ones right now. I just have the plain red ones. And these come with a kit, and these are pretty beefy. I haven't heard any complaints about these. I have not physically ran them yet, but I will let you guys know. You're gonna have your adjustable ball joint camber kit right here. You know, you can put back in the OEM, this is a cover for the boot. You can put in the OEM camber arms. I probably won't be using these because, and they do come with a cotter pin because I have the TrueHeart ones, and I'm gonna continue going with those just because they do have more adjustability in my opinion, and I like the way they look, and they're thicker and stronger than the OEM arm. So I do enjoy those. So here we have, this is one of my favorite parts, the star cut out of these. They're gonna be sitting, you know, you can see them when it's dropped. They're the 3-inch trailing arm brackets. So you have 2 for each side, obviously. And of course you have all the longer bolts. And these go on your trailing arms. And I just love the way these look with the suspension, with the lift and the subframe drop. They just turn out looking great. And then these are your camber arms. So for your upper, they're basically gonna go through, basically gonna have the bolt go right through the top here, and these are gonna drop down to your trailing arm. And we do recommend you weld these two because they do tend to kind of move a little. You can get away with just leaving them bolted in if you want. I would recommend welding them on top of bolting them. That's what I plan on doing, but of course, you know, it all depends if you plan on keeping this kit for long term. at this point, if you're doing a 6-inch beast kit, I would hope you're just going to keep this sucker on to the day you get rid of it or it dies. These are the rear subframe drops. Now there's two different sizes because of the length. If you ever seen the rear subframe in the CRV, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into it too much right now. I will when I do the install video. But basically, this good old big old block of metal right there. So there's really not too much to explain on that. I'll explain when I put it all together. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, there might be a few things missing. I got to go over it with them. I've had this sitting in the box for a little while, and I finally got a chance to open it. These are all the bolts sitting there in the bag. I'm not going to go over that. But that's the 6-inch beast kit, the special CRV Tom edition. So no, I don't know if he'll make them in black again or what he'll do. But yeah, this one was special for me. I love it. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, everybody from HRG. This is cool as hell. I can't wait to do an install video and get this on. I will let you guys know I got a lot of things going on I'm trying to catch up with. As some of you guys know, I'll save this for the end of the video. Some of you guys may know I went through open heart surgery at the beginning of the year. So I am still healing. It takes about a whole year for everything to fully fuse and heal with the titanium plates I have. I got the plates instead of the wires. So it has kind of slowed me down, and I haven't got as much done as I want to, and I have so much stuff for my Prelude, and both my Preludes and my CRV, because all I did is sit around and order parts when I couldn't really do anything. So I just was constantly bidding or hitting the right, parts. So that's what happens when you're sick. You can't do anything, and then you get them on, you can't put them on. So, but everybody that supported me on YouTube, thank you. To kind of give you a glimpse, if you've made it this long, I'll give you a little reward. If you do follow me and you like to follow me. Plan is the 6-inch beast kit. Some of you guys know it's coming. I do have a turbo kit for it. I have a B16 VTEC head to put on my B20 Honda. I mean, I have a lot. So the car is going to be, the CRV is going to be really fucking fun pretty soon. It's going to be pretty badass, I think. I mean, not going for tremendous crazy power, nothing. Just a good amount of torque. And then I still got the drive shaft to tackle and figure out how I want to do it and what we're going to go about. But I think it's going to be pretty damn fun. It's going to be a really good build. And definitely will make for some good YouTube content. So, all right, with that, YouTube, you guys have a good night. Thank you for watching and devoting 18 minutes of your life here. Thanks, bye.